Well, with the Indian general election results announced and the NDA crossing the majority mark, the focus will be on government formation in the next few days, followed by a packed diplomatic agenda. Preparations for the oath-taking ceremony at the Rashtrapati Bhavan are already underway, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi set to take office for another term. So diplomatic attention will now shift towards the inauguration ceremony, where foreign leaders are expected to be invited. Historically, Prime Minister Modi has invited global leaders to attend his swearing-in ceremonies. In 2014, the SAARC countries were invited, while in 2019, the BIMSTEC countries graced the occasion. The upcoming inauguration might see a similar diplomatic outreach, reflecting India's strategic engagements. One of Prime Minister Modi's first international visits after assuming office is likely to be Italy, where India has been invited to participate in the G7 summit. The invitation is part of a continuing tradition, as Modi has been a regular invitee since 2019. Starting with an invitation from France, he attended the G7 summit virtually in the UK in 2021 due to the pandemic, followed by in-person summits in Germany in 2022, in Japan in 2023, and now in Italy, which is next in line. Now, the Italian G7 host, the Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, was quick to congratulate Prime Minister Modi over his victory, the first Western leader and the G7 leader to wish Prime Minister Modi, following which several global leaders extended their congratulations to Prime Minister Modi and the BJP-led NDA alliance. Parliamentary conventions dictate that the Prime Minister must prove his majority in Parliament, which will be a priority before fully engaging in foreign policy commitments. As for the upcoming Swiss Peace Summit, it is unlikely that Prime Minister Modi will attend. Instead, India is expected to send an official representative. And Siddhant Sibal is now joining us live from New Delhi for the very latest on this. And Siddhant, obviously government formation top priority for the NDA, the BJP-led NDA, but while the swearing-in ceremony will be taking place here in Delhi, who all are we expecting for that oath-taking ceremony?
Well, the situation remains quite fluid politically. We know that both the NDA Alliance and the India Alliance meetings are happening. The NDA Alliance currently on even as I speak, and the India Alliance meeting happens at around 6 o'clock. But essentially, it's only after some kind of support being publicly announced that we will see the diplomatic movement happening, especially first on the foreign policy front, who all will be invited. We know in 2014, Prime Minister Narendra Modi invited the SAARC leaders. 2019, we saw the BIMSTEC leaders. So far, no word on the leaders who will be invited for the oath-taking ceremony that takes place on 8th of this month at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Next week, of course, is packed with the BRICS foreign ministers meeting and also the G7 summit, where India is invited. Will the Indian Prime Minister travel to Italy? Is something that is given to understand will happen, but there is also a flow test that is expected to happen in the Parliament as well. So there is the domestic considerations and foreign policy commitments. Both need to be balanced by New Delhi. But all in all, a packed and heavy diplomatic agenda, including the SCO summit that happens in the first week of July, where the Indian Prime Minister is expected to share stage with his counterparts from Pakistan, China and Russia.
Right, Siddhant, thanks very much indeed for joining us for the very latest there. Of course, government formation top priority at the moment for the BJP-led NDA. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.